Hi team, Mr. Rato here. Okay, we're going to look at quadratic inequalities. So let's have a go. Solve the inequality 2x squared greater than 6 minus x. Okay, first thing to do is to bring all the terms on one side and then leave 0 on the opposite side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave x squared positive. Okay, so that is 2x squared, and I'm going to take the minus x to the other side, which then is going to become a plus, and I'm going to take this positive 6 to the other side, which is going to be a minus. The inequality stays the same, which is greater than, and this is going to be 0. Okay, second thing is to factorize this where possible. I'm just trying to have a look if it's free to, yep, we can factorize this. And then once we factorize it, we can, right, let's factorize it first, and then we go about what we can do after. So when factorizing this, you should realize you got 2 times 3, and that will make the product of 6. And also if I double the 2, it gives me 4. 4 take away 3 will give me a positive x. If I put 2x in one bracket and I put x in the other bracket, I can put, I'm going to double the 2, so the 2 needs to go in here, the 3 goes in here. And once I double the 2, I want it to be a positive 4. So that's going to be a positive. And this one's going to be a negative. Okay, so let's just quickly have a look at this. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. 4x minus 3x will give me just x, and minus 3 plus 2, minus 3 times positive 2 is minus 6. Okay, so that's fully factorized. Again, you can look at one of the factorization videos I've done on the bridging course if you're still struggling with this, to see how to factorize it. Okay, now once we factorize this, what we should do, the best way to do these inequality style questions is always to sketch a graph. So the root here is going to be minus 2. Let's just put minus 2 here. And the root here is going to be, if it was to equal to 0, so we'll get x equals minus 2 as the root, and the other root is going to be 2x will equal 3, so x will equal 3 over 2, which is 1.5, about here. That's 3 over 2. And the graph is a positive graph, looks like a smiley face. So the graph goes down, dips up, and comes back up. That's crossing through positive 1.5, and that's crossing through minus 2. Now, what's crucial is, let's use a different pen. We need all the part of the graph where the graph is above 0. Now, this is the 0 line. Let's just call this the 0 line. Okay. When is the graph above it? Well, the graph is above it here. Then it stops because it's below that 0 line. And then it's above the 0 line here. So it's above from this point all the way that way. It's above this point and all the way above that way. So the solution will be, so when x is greater than 3 over 2, and in this case when x is less than minus 2. So let's just finish this off. So solving this inequality, so you can write x is less than minus 2, and also when x is greater than 3 over 2, that inequality will be satisfied. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Okay, so again, find a set of values for x, and find a set of values of x for which this equation is less than this equation. I'm going to do the same process again. I'm going to bring everything to one side, and then Once I've done that, I can then solve it by factorization. So let's bring all the x squares to one side. So this is a minus x, so I'm going to bring that to the other side. It's going to become a plus x squared. So that's a minus x squared becomes plus x squared. So that's going to become 2x squared plus an x squared there. So that's going to be 3x squared on this side. Okay, this is a positive 4x. I'm going to take it to the other side. This is going to become a minus 4x. I'm going to take this positive 4x, take it to minus 4x. So 3x minus 4x is become minus x. Okay, and then the 11 I'm going to take to the other side. So the 11 is going to go to the other side by minusing it, because it's positive here. So 1 minus 11 is going to become minus 10. And the inequality stays the same. And everything on this side has been taken to the left hand side, so the right hand side now is 0. Okay, so we need to factorize this. Just going to check if we can factorize this in our head. So we got 1 times 10, no, 2 times 5, 2 times 5. And if I triple the 2, that'll give me 6, and yeah, we can factorize this. So what I've done here in my head is thinking of 3x on one side in the bracket, then x in the other, and then what I've done is if I triple the 2x, that will give me 6x. So I'll put the 2 there. I'm going to put the 5 here. Now triple 2x, I need it to be negative, bigger number, so that's going to be a minus, and this is going to be a plus. Okay, and that's going to be less than or equal to 0. Let's just double check this will work. So let's just go 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times minus 2 is minus 6x. 5 times x is 5x. So minus 6x plus 5x is minus x. And then 5 times minus 2 is minus 10. Okay, happy days. So we've got that so far. Now let's do our little sketch on the side. We've got roots here, which is going to give me x equals 2, where the curve is going to cross that the x-axis. So in this case, 3x is going to equal minus 5, so x is going to equal minus 5 over 3. So I've got x equals 2 here, and I've got x equals minus 5 over 3. And again, it's a positive parabola, so it's going to be a smiley face. So it's going to go here, dip, and then come back up. Okay, it's only a sketch, so don't worry too much about the curve. Same thing again. Now this time, so this is my 0 line, so it's going to include this line, so I can make that thick, and that is the 0 line. Okay, and we want all the part of the graph when the graph is less than or equal to 0. So this is above 0, as it's the positive region, and this is the negative region, and this is the 0. So we've got 0 here. This is the positive region, this is the negative part of the graph. So we want all the parts when it's negative, when it's less than 0. So it's all this curve, including that point there where it crosses. Okay. Anything above 0 we don't need. We only want this part of the function which is less than or equal to 0. So let's have a look. So we want all the parts when x is trapped between this 2. So it's going to be less than or equal to this 2. And it's going to be greater than or equal to minus 5 over 3. So let's just put the solution. So set of values x, what it satisfies for that is x is less than or equal to 2 and greater than or equal to minus 5 over 3. These are generally standard style questions. We'll get onto some tougher ones later. But it's just giving you a bit of a warm-up of how to do this. At times you can pause the video and have a go yourself and then press play, see if you got